Hey guys, it's Gus. And every so often in the auction house, we have an auction house pop where something in the auction house instantly skyrockets. It used to be a very common, occurrence. We'd be scouring the patch notes trying to figure out what was going to go up because of those changes. And it hasn't happened as much as or as frequent uh, recently or lately. But we had an occurrence today and I want to show you, just in case you've never experienced, what it can do. And for me, this is important because this game really doesn't take a lot of AD. Once you get to endgame, you just maintain. But there's some things in this game that can cost a lot of AD. For example, if you play every single class and every single role of those classes at maximum endgame, you're spending a fortune maintaining those every single mod. Or if you're a master crafter who does this very regularly, or me, I'm a collector where my goal is to have every single item in the game. I'm constantly spending massive amounts of AD. For example, just last night, I finished this collection where I had to get these 12 shirts and pants. That was 6 million AD. Oops, sorry. I mean, and I'm just gonna toss them. It was such a waste of AD, but I needed them for the collection points. As a matter of fact, let me show you. I got these in my inventory, like these pants right here. Convert to refinement, convert to refinement, convert to refinement. You can't even convert them to appearance library. My library's full. It's just all garbage. But once you have it, you don't need it anymore. That's the pain of being a collector. So that's why I'm always trying to get AD in this game. And when the patch notes came out this morning, I saw the patch notes way too late. Because if you can read the patch notes before the game gets shut off for maintenance, you can really capitalize on it. And I wasn't able to, but I was very fortunate where I did have some. And the item I'm speaking of is the Magnificent Resurgence. What's it called? Magnificent Resurgence lockbox. These went up. These were just like 3,000 each, maybe 4,000 uh, last night. And then with the addition of the random illusions, they skyrocketed. And I'm going to show you, I sold a bunch. Now, some people are going to watch and go, man, you sold them for way too low. Yeah, I probably did. I don't care. I'm very I'm very content with what I got. And the reason I sold them at the prices I did is here's the thing about illusions. They do absolutely nothing for you in the game except visual, appeasement. And that's not my shtick. So it is for other people. Actually probably a lot more players than we realize. But this lockbox is coming out again soon, so I didn't know if the prices would plummet. So I was happy to offload them, at any profit, because I'm not trying to be, you know, super greedy. I'm just trying to make something because I've been buying these, whenever I see them listed low for what, 2 years now. So it's just nice to have an opportunity to sell them and make some AD off of them. So I have zero AD in my, and I put it all in my bank. So I have zero AD. Let's see how much we made. If you watch my previous, I made a video not too long ago about what I'm buying in the auction house, and I'd showed I'd bought 180 of these lock boxes for really cheap, less than 1,000 AD each. And at the time, anybody watching was like, "That was stupid. Nobody's gonna buy those." And you're right. Nobody would have. But one small change like this to one item changes everything drastically. There was a time when Battery companions, people were deleting them because it wasn't worth selling them for 6 AD. And all of a sudden they went to like 2 million, right? So stuff happens in this game. So let's see what we sold. So here was my last 100 and I had 4 extra, so I just put them in there. So there's 104 for 4.5 million and here's 100 for 4.25 million. And here's another 100 for 4.25 million. And here's another 100 for 4.25 million. And here's 10 for 815,000. Man, 815 81,500 each. Jeez. Here's another 100 for 5 million. Here's another 100 for 5 million. Here's 10 for 584,000. The undercutting was real, guys. Here's another 100 for 5 million. And here's 20 for just under 900,000. Wait a sec. Oh boy, I missed. Those were, well, not too bad. Here's another 100 for almost 5 million. And here's my last one, 20 of them for just under 900,000. So I'm very pleased with that. It was 36 million. What's this? Oh, another one, 900,000 for 20. So 37 million, and I imagine I paid like 5 million for those. So that was a decent profit. But again, all that's going to do is pay for collections. Then, if you wonder what I'm doing, is the I have a couple things I'm working on. The first one is oh wait, not here. Wall space, and I can only farm so many doubloons to open these, right? To open these what are they called? Juma bags? Yeah. To open these Juma bags, you can only farm these so fast. Yeah, I think it's eight named hunts to get one, and I'm opening like 50, 100 at a time. It's insane how much I'm opening. So mostly I'm farming and buying packs at the same time. This game is very expensive when you want to start getting into what I'm into, so I don't recommend it to anybody. But that's an auction house pop. That's where stuff can go from 1,000 AD to 80,000 AD within minutes. And we've had this happen in the past. Um, my most recent that happened to me was 2 events ago. They offered, there was a time not too long ago where tutors were 5, 6 million AD in the auction house, and they finally brought the tutor back in the Zen market. And people went ape shit. And there was an overabundance of companion base token packs, and they were being listed for under 200K each. So I bought them. I bought hundreds of them. Unbeknownst, in the near future, they created the celestial companions, and the demand for those skyrocketed. They more than doubled overnight. So people could say, "You made a big profit." Yeah, I did. I also took a huge ass risk because a lot of times when you do that, not only does it become, you have to put a lot of AD up front, but they can introduce something that will make your investment worthless. For example, I have Astro lockboxes, right? I paid 60K for these. Well, if you're using the Zen Exchange, they're 40K now using the Zen Exchange. Yeah. And I have to sell them, which means I'm going to take another cut. So it's more than a 50% loss. And I'm okay with that because you got to gamble to make AD. So some of them pay off and some of them don't. As long as your more gambles are paying off than the ones that don't, you're doing okay. I don't recommend anybody doing it um, unless they have the funds to do it. And this is the only game I play, so I'm able to invest a lot of thought into this game about what's going to happen and whatnot. So it's not a fleeting thought. I'm actively pursuing it, you know. But AD is nice, but once you get endgame, you don't really need a lot of AD. People just start wasting it, you know. Um, yeah, you've seen my runs like Zerial speed runs, well, whatever speed runs. Those take an insane amount of AD every single attempt that you don't see, which is usually a ton of attempts. Take a ton of AD going into them by everybody. So that's what we spend AD on because we don't need it for our characters. Once you have your insignias and enchants, you don't really need it anymore. Well, if you know of something or thinking of something that might happen, please comment below. Oh, my most recent gamble is I bought a couple thousand shard of greater empowerments. You know, when they put that collar, the mythic collar, super cheap in the auction house today, my first thought was, oh my god, they're just whoring it off before the price plummets when they bring out the celestials. That was my first thought. So I just pulled the trigger and bought tons and tons of these. Who knows? They could be useless, and I just wasted all my AD, or they could pop. Oh, and if you didn't know, if you go to your campaign and go to Pirates Skyhold, go to your campaign store, there's an illusion of essence. And if you buy this, it's bound to character, but you can unbind it for 80 unbind tokens and list it in the auction house. And the lowest one currently on PlayStation 4 is here I'll show you. Is it in no? Is it in fashion? Here, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it real quick. No, that's not it. Is it in consumables? No, no. I'll find it, guys. Maybe it's maybe no. Is it essence? I have one listed right here. Way overpriced, essence. God dang it. Essence. No, that's not it. I'll find it. It's not where it's supposed to be. I don't think. Oh, there we go. Enhancements. Why would a consumable be an enhancement? So the lowest one on PlayStation is 1.1 million. And you see it says unbound right there because you can't sell them unless you unbind them. It takes 80 tokens, which is actually a lot. So this might be where the price stays. They might go way lower. Who knows? People haven't spent unbound tokens in forever. So I don't know where these will be. I don't know how many people are even going to buy them. Just while we're here, so we go to fashion and we'll go to buy out the most expensive first. And you can see these things are listed. I don't know if they're selling them. Um, Here we got a tier 3, 75 million for a tier 3 Viridescent Storm. We got a Unraveled Gilded Anomaly, tier 3, 50 mil. Tier 2, 50 mil. Tier 3, 48 mil. So you can see people are listing them. What's the lowest one? What's the lowest one? No, I think I passed it. Um, the lowest one is 7.7 mil. Oh God, beer. I'm so sorry, but hopefully that gets rung up. Uh, Congrats on getting that, by the way. I know him. He's a great player, a great guild leader. I don't know if he did it on purpose or an accident. I'm gonna assume an accident. So, yeah, the lowest one right now is 7.7 million on PlayStation 4. I don't know what they'll be on other platforms, but I imagine this lockbox is coming out on February 20th, and when it does, those prices will probably plummet because the market might be flooded. Uh, okay, there's my small insight. I don't know if it helps you or not, but there you go. Stay class, Neverwinter. See you soon.